Hey guys, the sun is very bright. I thought we'd have a nice diffuser since we're in the high tunnel, but man, I didn't realize it would be this bright. So, Owen and I are just sitting down since the kids are all at school today, and we're just talking about what we are planning to do for 2020 and the ideas we have and kind of where we're wanting to go with the farm for this year. We kind of know where we're going for the Christmas tree farm and the pumpkin patch. At least I have that in mind. But everything else is kind of up in the air. So without the kids' input, because that always, they always like to give their opinion, we thought it would be a good idea to just get started and just talk about it, and then we'll ask what the kids' ideas are and what they think once we kind of come to a conclusion. And if they don't think it's a good idea or they don't want to do it, whatever, then we can go from there. But at least this way we're not saying, hey, what do you think about getting turkeys? And they're like, well, actually, we want to get, I don't even know, we want to get pigs. Like, you know,
So
we're not going there.
let's start out with pigs. I'm putting my foot down on pigs. There are no pigs.
Yes, I like that. No pigs.
Unless they can make us a lot of money, maybe we should consider it.
No, no. Okay, so for animals,
Animals first, or should we do fencing first?
fencing. Okay, that one's pretty easy. Okay, so pasture 2, I want to do that high tensile electric. The problem we have with pasture 2 is we spent, was it last year or the year before? I don't know. We put in pasture 2 and we got it all fenced and everything, but because we had a drought, when we put the posts in, it's very sandy soil, some of the posts are really loose. So we need to work on that. My thought is that we will take and we will put concrete in the corner posts to kind of help, because if you look at where the corner posts, I mean, that whole thing is sand.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll need concrete in at least the corners, bare minimum. And then I would like to have it so that we could high tensile it, probably 4-strand, so that we could put goats or sheep in there. And then we could start more rotationally grazing.
So everything we do, we should 4-strand it. That should just be what we do.
I
So-
think 4 strands would be enough for adult sheep and our goats. Our goats are fine with 4-strand.
What about cows?
Oh yeah, that's plenty for
Okay.
cows. So,
Do you have to put barbed wire on it for the cows?
no. Not if you
So
have
we
the
can
high
take-
tensile.
We take all the barbed wire off of it
Yeah.
and put high tensile on.
Yep.
And then, but if we do that, can we straighten out the lines then? I mean, they're
Yeah.
pretty straight, but we can
Yeah.
take out
We can take
out the T-posts.
We can take out a lot of those T-posts.
Probably a lot of the wooden ones too.
Yeah, because the high tensile won't need those. I think I think we did every 6 feet. I don't
Yep.
quite remember. So, yep. So I'm gonna write this down.
Okay.
And then we need to get going on pasture 3 and 4. We have all the materials for it. We just ran out of time because you were working so much.
Mm-hmm.
So while we are cementing the posts in for pasture 2, I'd like to do the same for 3 and 4. And we're borrowing that post hole digger that we still have, but I'd like to get those fence posts drilled, get the corner posts at least, and then probably some supports because those are bigger pastures. Get those cemented in.
So you want to cement in more than just the corners.
Well, at least the corners, but if we're going with the post hole digger on the tractor, let's at least get all that dug and get the posts put in so that we can put up the high tensile.
So we should look at our map and figure out exactly where we need to put it.
Yes. I believe I have a map drawn up, I just didn't bring it down here.
Okay.
So we want to do pasture 2, or pasture 3 and pasture 4. And when I mapped them out, I think each one was about 3 acres. So that'll be nice. It'll be nice to get that done. Anything else you can think of? I'd like to, if we are able to, I'd like to put in a few permanent posts over here between where we had the pumpkins this last year and pasture 2, so that when we put the cows in because we let them in there a couple times to really eat down a lot of those weeds and stuff last year. I'd like to have some posts in permanently so we're not in there when it's super tall and trying to chop down a line and put in corner posts for temporary fencing and stuff.
So you'd still run temporary fencing?
Probably.
Or would you just put up high tensile, make a whole other little pasture out of it?
I guess it depends on how much we have left for materials and stuff. I know that we have enough to do pasture 2, 3, and 4 or pasture 3 and 4 for sure, and 4 strand.
Should we
And I think we have enough for 2.
should we do the first pasture in high tensile since we're doing it?
We could.
Because sheep can't be in the barbed wire, right?
No.
So if
That
we're
would-
doing it, we might as well do it.
Yeah, because right now it's 3 strand barbed wire, and then we have in between the 3 strands, we have 2 strands of hot wire electric fence. Those fence posts in there are pretty good, so
Okay.
are really good, I should say. So we'll want to look more for, before we decide yes for sure that's what we're going to do, we're going to want to map out pasture 1 and look at some long-term plans on, are we going to divide it up into smaller areas, like that kind of stuff. You know we're going to do something for the other pastures so that we can rotationally graze it easier. But how do we do that with pasture 1, and if we're putting sheep in there or the goats or whatever, how do we do that and keep it more contained? So our main goals for the spring for fencing are to fix pasture 2, do pasture 3 and 4, and then
Or fix pasture 2 and put up the posts for 3 and 4.
yeah, I'd like to get the fencing put up too.
But
We have the fencing. It's not like money is going to be an issue here. It's time.
time.
So
But when we run out of time, let's have one of the pastures done
yeah.
and then try to get the other ones done. But let's get pasture 2 done
Yeah.
before we start fencing 3 and 4.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. So to summarize, for 2020 for fencing projects, we are going to fix the fence posts in pasture 2 and replace the barbed wire with high tensile. And then we are also going to put the fence posts in for pastures 3 and 4, and we are going to do our best to get those fenced in as well as time permits. Hopefully we have enough time, but if we don't, at least pasture 2 is fully fixed and ready to go. While we have the fence posts running, we are also going to add fence posts in between the high tunnel and pasture 2 so that we can either put high tensile up in the future or even just put up temporary fencing so that we can let the cows go in to graze down all those weeds that we don't get to, and it'll just provide another day or 2 of forage for the cows. And then the final project is going to be pasture 1, but for that it's going to be a whole nother series because we have to sit down and figure out what is the best solution for pasture 1 since we use it for so many animals. We'd like to use it in the future for sheep and goats, so we need to figure out the best way to do that. We also would like to put in a chute type system, a head gate for the cows so that if we have any vet work that needs to be done, we are able to do it here and it'll be nice and safe for the vet. This is kind of scary for us because we have a heifer. The last time we had a heifer that is pregnant, it was a disaster, and we had just gotten here on the farm and it was an absolute disaster. So we want to be fully prepared for if something does go wrong with Patches when she is giving birth, that we are ready for it and it's set up for the vet. So that's going to take some drawing out for plans, some rearranging to make it most efficient for a small homestead type property where we have a smaller number of animals, but we have a wide variety of animals such as goats and sheep and cows and whatever else we might get in the future. We want to make sure that we're set up so we have a wide variety of animals. Even though we don't have a lot of them, we want to make sure it's all set up so that we have the proper equipment and handling equipment for our future plans. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.